Kind of late, isn't it? All right, fire away.
Just overall thoughts tonight. I know the rebounding numbers obviously weren't.
Yeah, that was bad. Well, we didn't rebound the ball. Other than that, I thought we played pretty well. We didn't turn it over, moved the ball better, had a lot of open looks that we didn't make. Our first shot defense was really good. I mean, I thought we did some good things, but you got to finish possessions, and we didn't rebound the ball.
The opening stretch where you guys go up 13-3, how reflective was that of the pace you want to see on
I thought it was pretty good. I don't know what you guys thought. I thought the ball moved, and then I thought it got a little stale, and then there were times where it was better. But I actually thought that there were some good things with the pace, and the ball felt like it had a little bit more energy tonight than what it did the other day.
And then you had a lineup in the second half with no real point guard. What'd you think of that?
I told Trey, I went down there and I said, "Do you think I made a mistake and didn't put somebody in as a mistake, or do you think I wanted you to play point?" He said, "Oh, you wanted me to play point for sure." So I actually did want to see, just if he could handle it or whatever. But they weren't pressuring. But yeah, that was by design, but certainly not a lineup that I think that we would play a lot moving forward.
Bill, on the pace, when you talk about playing faster, is it running every time, or is it just getting into things faster?
No, it's everything. It's pushing it, running unselfishly, getting the ball down the court as quick as possible, but we have the expression, the old Spurs expression, 0.5 rule, and some guys maybe don't need to have that rule as much as other guys do, but I did think the ball moved faster tonight. Even if when we didn't get much accomplished, the ball got to the third side pretty quick, and I thought that was a good thing.
Coach, after playing 7 straight high major opponents, this was maybe a chance to get a little better look at your bench. What are you seeing out of that unit?
I thought our bench really struggled tonight, with the exception of Marco. I thought Marco was pretty solid, but I didn't think our bench played great tonight. I was really hoping they would have a chance to, play and get some rhythm and all that stuff. I tried to play them, but I think that that's an area we can certainly get better in still.
Bill, talk about the rebound struggles a little bit. Do you think it was mostly just effort based or something else? Did you see something else out there?
I'd have to watch the tape. A lot of times in ball, they got 10 offensive rebounds on 2 possessions. The other 60 possessions, they got 12. But I think a lot of it is, to me, is it competitiveness? I think part of it is. But I think the majority of it is, we're half step behind. Don't anticipate. Don't play big. I mean, balls hit guys in the hands and they don't secure it. The best rebounders are the ones that want the ball the most and the worst. And I didn't think that we went after it like we need to go after it to have a all-around good defensive team.
And with Darren, go a little bit about what the timeline is looking like.
I don't know. I really don't. But I know that, he practiced yesterday. But he wasn't moving like he's capable of moving by any stretch. Much like the NC State game, much like the Missouri game. Although Missouri, I think, was more health related than it was legs. But it's not his hamstring. So at least we got that going for us. But he's frustrated. He's frustrated. When you can practice, you can be out there, but when you're young, but when you get a little bit older, your body doesn't exactly react the way your brain tells it to. As you get a little bit older, I'll probably experience that, the next few years. That's what he's going through at age 19. His body's just not reacting. His brain telling him to go somewhere and do it at this pace, and his body's just not reacting to it. So we still believe that it's day-to-day deal. We still believe that we'll get through this, but until he can actually move the way that his brain's programmed to move, his body to move, then we'll probably be very cautious still.
What did you think of Melvin's performance after going for 36 the other day?
I thought he's good again. I don't know. I like watching him play, and he's kind of finding himself. So which I think was, which is nice.
I think
So-
early in the year you told us he'd be a fan favorite. Can you tell that's happening with the barking and everything?
Yeah. I think the barking is a key element to people actually really liking him play. I just think, you play with a smile and you play with energy, people like that. And then when you're fast, it actually looks a little cooler when you play that way too.
Second lowest scoring output of the year for an opponent, 49. Is that pivotal for this team, and how do you think, would you go home ecstatic that you hold the team under 50?
No, but I'll go home thinking our first shot defense is getting better. We just don't rebound the ball the way we're capable of rebounding the ball. But I do think we have a chance to be a really good defensive team. I don't think we are yet, and our defense is definitely ahead of our offense. But it's when we get all our pieces out there and have some time to play together, I see the thing coming together in a way that we haven't seen yet.
Coach, Melvin's whole, dog persona, have you seen that rub off on the guys a lot? And is that maybe something that you saw in the recruiting process, or even he talked about in the recruiting process?
Guys, the things that we're saying about that, and you guys are picking up on it, is exactly what he hoped that you guys do. It doesn't have. I do think he plays hard and everything, but I think it's I saw him back out of a charge down there, so it's not like it's 100% on all the time. But I think he's a really good player, and I think he's having fun with it. But certainly, I don't quite see it the same way that you guys are seeing it. I think he can become. I think he can graduate from a Shih Tzu to at least a Bulldog here in the next couple of weeks. So.
After the Missouri game, Trey White talked about the closeness of this team, brotherhood. It seems like he's a guy that everybody loves on this team.
I do think everybody likes Trey.
How important is it to have a guy like that?
I think it's important to have multiple guys like that, but I think Trey and I think people like BT, I think people like Cole, I think people like Melvin, Flory's, beloved, Darren, everybody likes Mari and Marco. I actually think that there is a closeness to it, in large part because sometimes with teams, there are distractions that keep everybody from hanging out together. I don't think we have those right now. I'm sure guys got girlfriends, but for whatever reason, they seem to hang around each other all the time. Where sometimes different things can occupy the majority of your off the court time, and I don't feel that with these guys.
What did you think of Taylor today and him hitting a three for the first time in a while?
Yeah, I'm glad he made a three. I'm glad he made a three. He didn't rebound the ball, but none of us did. But I thought he showed some pretty good moves on the post and things like that. He's skilled in there. So Bryson's a good player, but it's not really fair to him because he's having to guard on the perimeter, and he's never done it before in his life, and so it's new. But we're far enough along in the season that he can still keep making some major strides with that.
When you look at the big picture of the schedule and sort of the timeline of it all, at what point do you feel like you get worried about where Darren is?
I've been concerned for 5 weeks. Guys, he couldn't finish the Louisville game. You get 24 and 14 minutes, and then you say I can't go. So, and is it nagging? Yeah, but it's also bad enough that he just hasn't gotten better like we had hoped. We went through a period of time where it wasn't cramping, it was just a hamstring. And then that healed up. Yeah, I'm not worried yet. I'm concerned because this team needs to have an extended period of time together because it doesn't work like, well, he practiced for 2 days, so he's ready to go. That's not how it works. He wouldn't be able to help us that way. We wouldn't know how to help him, and he wouldn't know how to help others. There's got to be a rhythm to it, and hopefully, and the rhythm isn't just being out there and being at 70% or whatever. The rhythm is having extended days where you're 100%. So.
And if you do get through, you just said you still think you will. Is there any silver lining to
I
this
actually
part?
think, I actually said this after the game. I hate going through it. Would Melvin find himself if he was deferring all the time? I mean, there's some things that are positive. Now, if everybody can fit back in and Darren can understand that, hey, these guys can make some plays on their own too, and I can help them make it, and then they understand, well, we still got to, he's still our leading scorer. He's still got to get 15, 17 shots a game. If we can figure that out, and which I think we can, then I think our team will be better in February than we would have been maybe if it hadn't happened.
Sure. Is there a bonus for him, like in terms of wear and tear?
No.
None of that. Too
No.
young.
I'm not a doctor, but this people saying, well, load and all that. There's no, God dang. I mean, he's 18 years old, or 19, yeah. I mean, guys can't play 35 minutes a game for 35 games without their body wearing down. But I wouldn't anticipate us doing that anyway with them. So.
With Darren and the cramps, have you looked back on like past situations that you've had players with cramps and kind of try to see if there's any similarities? And talk to any coaches. I know Duke had it with Pajero a while ago.
We've talked to everybody. So, and when you say talk to coaches, it's medical to medical. Yeah. But yeah, we've talked to everybody. We've only had a couple of guys that had this. Devontae had them probably as bad as anybody, and he worked through it. But it took a while to work through. So, but the thought about it is, and this is good because it's people are caring, but everybody has an idea of whether it's mustard packets or eating bananas or drinking this or what'd you say?
Pickle juice?
Pickle juice obviously is a big one. There's a lot of things that a lot of people think can do it, and sometimes your body just doesn't react to how it reacts to a nephew or an uncle in your family. So it's just we just got to figure it out, but the best news is it's not his hamstring. It's not something like that we feel like can cause any issues down the road.
Thanks, everyone.